Hello everybody. Today we will go over weather-related emergency procedures. This is the first module out of 6 for YMCA New Hire and Emergency Procedure Training. Just a little overview of the presentation. The goals of Module 1 are to increase employee knowledge on what to do and where to go during weather-related emergencies such as tornadoes, floods, snow and ice storms. Here is an introduction of the overall purpose of the YMCA in regard to emergency procedures. Next, we will talk about the purpose of the training. We will discuss more about why it is important to know about these, while taking a closer look at the background of the YMCA's internal training programs. An emergency procedures handbook is given to new hires at orientation. Based on the community involvement and commitment that the YMCA upholds, ensuring that employees understand the emergency procedures is critical in withholding a safe and healthy environment for both employees and organization members. Without the emergency procedures knowledge, chaos could easily strike when faced with some of the emergency challenges that are apparent in today's society. From not knowing the nearest exits during a fire to not understanding where individuals need to be seated during a tornado, more harm than help could be caused during an emergency, simply due to the failure of not reading the emergency procedure manual. This relates to us employees because we are constantly striving for new success. The goals and objectives were listed above a little bit as well. However, we want to help increase employees' knowledge of the emergency procedures while at the YMCA in order to alleviate stress during these situations and maintain a calm environment. So we already talked about intro and agenda, and looking forward we will discuss training of general expectations and we will go over how to report an injury for each of the different types of emergencies. Accident prevention will next be discussed. For the next 10 minutes, we will train on weather-related emergencies including tornadoes, floods, snow and ice storms. It is important to stay focused as there will be a brief multiple choice and true and false quiz at the end of the module to test your retention of the material. This emergency response plan provides the framework for a response to emergencies at the Mankato Family YMCA facility and the other locations at which our programs are held. It contains procedures and systems for managing emergency situations. Staff should act professionally, they should stay calm, serve and protect members, and they should aid emergency personnel, police, and designated staff. Staff should not offer any information to public or media. They should not discuss causes of accident or injuries, and they should not discuss liability insurance matters. Now reporting an emergency. To report emergencies, call 911 and give the following information. Properly identify who you are and your relationship to emergency. The nature of the emergency. Give the exact location. Give the phone number you are calling from. Do not hang up until the dispatcher indicates they are clear on the location. All accidents involving person, property, or vehicle must be reported promptly to the executive director. Now, accident prevention. Take a little time to be more cautious. If you see a broken machine, you have the authority and you have the responsibility to put an out of order sign on the equipment. Inform the program staff of the problem. Never leave any tools, chemicals, or cleaners out or unattended. Never leave any ladders out and unattended. Never leave anything leaning that could tip over and injure somebody. If you see a mess on the floor, please pick it up. Don't leave it for someone else. If you see it, you own it. Broken lights, glass, or other sharp objects should be reported to program staff immediately. Next, we will learn how to prepare for a tornado emergency. And the purpose of this training is important because tornadoes can occur at any time of the year and are sometimes unpredictable, so being able to take instant action to help keep our members and other faculty safe is our first priority. We will discuss where to go and what to do during a tornado emergency. The current employees and members will benefit due to efficiency in the drills and possible future incidents. A tornado is classified as a violent windstorm, which is characterized by a twisting funnel-shaped cloud. It starts from a thunderstorm and produces when cool air gets into a layer of warm air, forcing warm air to rise. Tornado season is generally March through August. However, they can occur at any time of the year. Wizard of Oz relates to tornado emergencies, of course, one of the best movies. Knowing the difference between a tornado watch and a tornado warning is important, and they actually mean two significantly different things. A tornado watch simply means that a tornado is possible, and a tornado warning means that a tornado has actually been spotted or is strongly indicated on radar, and it is time to go to a safe shelter immediately, and Blue Earth County warning sirens will sound. Briefly, there are a few danger signs of a tornado. Tornadoes generally occur at the ending edge of a thunderstorm. The wind may die down and it may be very still. Another very important piece to note is what to do during the possible event of a tornado. When the sirens sound, front desk staff will immediately inform members via the building communication system of the tornado warning and direct members and guests to the lower level lobby or locker room area. It will sound like this. May I have your attention, please? We are in a tornado warning. All members and guests need to proceed to the lower level. Then warning signs will sound for a max of 3 minutes and sirens can be reactivated if a new threat enters the area. If a member wishes to leave and is over 18, we may let them leave, but minors who were left at the Y in our care must remain there until a parent or guardian comes to pick them up. Adults with children may move into locker rooms. However, unsupervised children should not be allowed in the locker rooms. Staff will then check off on zone sheet, which is located in the property manager's office beside the door, that their area has been completed. All staff will remain in the lower level area until all clear is given. Directing all people to the lower level lobby or locker area is the first thing to be done. Again, once all clear is given by the billing scanner, then following directions for the next steps is important. Full-time staff and building manager will bring their cell phones and flashlights and start sweeping their assigned areas of the building, moving everyone to the lower level lobby, lower level programming space and or locker rooms. Staff will then check off on zone sheet located in the property manager's office beside the door, as I said above, that their area has been complete. All staff will remain in the lower level area until all clear is given. What to do during a tornado if you are working at the front desk. Again, if you work at the front desk, this does not apply, but it is a good information to know and take in. Front desk staff will remain at the desk until the need to evacuate the front lobby is necessary. Secure the front desk area, lock the cash register, put the tornado signage up on the desk. Continue to monitor weather radio for reports and local radio updates. All program staff will evacuate their program areas to the lower level lobby. Here we show the hours available for each of the main different areas of staff, such as the day porter and the front desk staff and the directors, and also the building managers. Next, it discusses what the aquatic staff is to do. If you look closely at the PowerPoint, again, if you do not work as part of the aquatic staff, this doesn't apply to you. However, it isn't a bad thing to know. Again, once all clear is given by the building scanner, then following directions for the next steps is important. This information should allow for a smooth emergency process as well as assist the organization in the event of a tornado emergency. Next, we will discuss another type of weather emergency, which is a flood. First off, a flood can be a serious catastrophe, and they are the most common hazards in the United States. Floods can be caused by a different variety of factors, including a sudden accumulation of rain, ice jams, or dam failures. The floods that could relate more to the YMCA could occur inside the YMCA, maybe from leakage of pipes or other plumbing, or from large amounts of rain. It is important to know the difference between a flood watch and a flood warning, and we will describe the differences now. Flood watch means that flooding is possible, and you must be prepared to move to higher ground. A good tip is to monitor radio and television stations for more information. Meanwhile, flood warning means imminent or an ongoing threat. In other words, a flash flood is occurring or will occur soon. Seek high ground on foot immediately. It is important to know whether you are inside or outside to know how to go about the next steps. We must be ready to evacuate the facilities as directed by the designated officials or workers in the area of each part of the building. Follow the recommended primary or secondary evacuation routes, which are listed in the handbook. If outdoors, it is important to climb to high ground or stay there, or to avoid walking or driving through the floodwater. If a car were to stall, abandon it and climb to a higher ground. Last but not least, our last weather emergency procedure is a snow and ice storm. If we are indoors, it is important to stay calm indoors. Waiting for instructions from other higher up employees or designated officials is important in this area. If there is no heat, we want to close off unneeded rooms or areas, or stuff towels or rags in cracks under doors. Covering windows at night and blocking them off is a tip to follow as well, along with the common general news of eating and drinking. Preventing dehydration is important to do while also wearing layers of loose-fitting, lightweight, and warm clothing. Next, what to do outdoors is an important aspect, and we must try to find a dry shelter and cover all exposed parts of the body. If shelter is not available, which can be the case, prepare a windbreak or snow cave for protection. Building a fire or heat to attract attention is important as well. This slide talks about what to do when stranded in a vehicle, and I recommend reading this as well when preparing for the quiz. Lastly, you should be ready to take the Weather Emergency Procedures Comprehension Quiz. Direct any questions you may have to the Director of Human Resources. Good luck and welcome to the Y.